I'd like to begin with a hearty fuck you to the Other Boys Night In podcast. You pieces of garbage. You tried to swoop in during a no video November.
You know you saw us.
You know your boys had gone quiet, and you thought, I'm just gonna sneak in and take the Boys Night In brand, and I'm gonna turn it into a podcast. It's gonna fucking suck. Your podcast trash. The opinions garbage. The audio content, cut that out. I was acting right now like everybody sees us. But this is at least partially an audio. You can't see how intensely I was looking at the camera right there.
Looking real hard.
Yeah, I'm speaking directly to you. I assume that the Other Boys Night In will subscribe to our Patreon for this sweet video content.
You haven't explained what happened. So
I did explain what happened during a cold, harsh no video November when your boys were down. Some young bucks, some 19-year-old
college students.
Yeah, college students. When I forget they kept talking about the college they go to. It doesn't matter. None of this matters. They started a podcast in November called Boys Night In, and it sucks.
What they talk about on there?
Well, they only ever did 3 episodes.
Nice.
And it's all within November. That's really fun, too.
Yeah.
They had 3 episodes ever, and it all happened within 1 month, and then they quit. But, I mean, I keep feeling like it's a really long time ago in my brain when I think about them, but then I remember, like, they just did this shit a couple months ago. This is recent.
And then, they just stopped and gave up after 3.
Yeah.
But if you listen to them, you understand why.
Yeah, no good.
Yeah, they would never, tell their opinions about anything. They just ask each other random questions.
They literally, on the first episode, opened up a random question generator.
Yeah.
And we're just asking each other random questions. It's just 2 white college kids.
19 years old.
Yeah, 19 years old, who have never made content before.
Who said they've never been in a relationship before, really. And they've asked each other relationship questions the entire time.
That was the first thing. The only thing you learn about them is they're 2 weird white college students who have never done anything before, and that they don't have any relationship experience. And then immediately one of them is like, all right, question number 1. What do you think is the most important thing in a relationship? And then they both are like, oh, man, this is a hard question. It's your podcast. You ask yourself whatever you want, young man.
But yeah, last week when we were putting up the podcast, we found out there's another Boys Night In show. So we had to listen to them. And Joey Z made it through 90 seconds and then told me. And I listened to them for 40 minutes. It was rough.
Yeah, no, Dave went through a gauntlet. Dave listened to the first episode and the 3rd episode. Not all the way for either one. No. We finished the first episode.
We did?
I'm pretty sure we did because their friend Jordan shows up.
Friend Jordan?
Yeah, their friend Jordan, who they keep talking about on the whole podcast and saying that Jordan's a really cool
Jordan's
guy.
so cool and funny.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you guys are going to love Jordan.
Jordan
Jordan's
fucking
really
gets pussy.
That's basically what they mean. Because from once you meet Jordan, it's very clear that Jordan is just a completely normal white college student. It's just that he fucks.
Big difference.
There's a big difference in those personalities, and these 2 geeks think that is the coolest fucking guy in the world, because this is the only guy they know that fucks consistently and well.
Proven track record.
Jordan's tearing it up on the streets. Come on.
Well, I don't know. Jordan showed up on the podcast and he sucked ass too, and he was boring.
Oh yeah, no, Jordan's also boring because
Jordan.
he's just a fucking. It feels like he's 20.
Yeah, he's just a normal dude.
Yeah, normal dude.
He says fuck.
He goes to parties. All of his answers just felt like if you asked any college white boy these questions.
Suck my dick. Ha!
Yeah, you know
That's
what I'm
what he
saying?
said.
That's it's that tier of answers. And the friends, they're
yeah, they left with
Jordan, fuck yeah, dude. I love Jordan. They're so excited for their man Jordan, who is just a completely normal guy. A completely normal, boring dude.
So don't get us mixed up for that podcast.
Do not.
We got the couch.
Mistake us. The couch.
The couch is on the logo, right?
Yeah. Their logo is just a black box with Boys Night In white text.
Joey Z said they paid $100 for that.
Yeah, no, they paid one of their graphic design major friends. They hooked him up, solid $80 deal to bust that out for him. It only took him 2 weeks too.
That's fast.
So when you're commissioning work, you need it's fast, cheap, or quality. You know what I'm saying? They happen to get fast, cheap, and quality.
Damn, for $80.
Yeah, they broke the rules. Yeah, they really busted it down with that one. God awful content. Just horrid, terrible audio. They made this crazy mistake where they think that you care about their perspective on things, but you literally have no idea who they are.
Yep.
So their perspectives have no context, but they don't understand that because they're kids. Like, I kind of didn't even want to make fun of them. Because I kept thinking, they're kids. They're supposed to suck. And you are supposed to suck, kids. You're terrible. And you're going to be for a while. There's no good 19-year-olds podcast.
Probably a fact.
I'll promise. I'll make a bet. I'll bet anybody out there, I'll bet you. Email boysnightinboys@gmail.com. Tell me what the fucking bet is. Tell me. I'll check out the 19-year-old podcast. I'm the judge, though.
I don't think I listen to any podcast with anyone younger than 30 on it.
I thought I was like,
no, everyone's always over at least like 30.
Yeah, I'd say at least over 30, something pretty much in their 40s.
Yeah, no, old. Podcasting is an old man's game. You gotta be elderly to get into podcasting. That's why we're into podcasting now. As we creep closer to 30, it's seeping into our bones the ability to create audio content. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
As you get older and your body decays more and more, you're less willing to show up on camera doing stunts, pranks, jokes, roasts.
Our bodies just can't handle it anymore.
I physically can't take many more pranks or roasts. So I'm trying to wind it back and just make this nice little radio show. It's just boys, not BNI, WKRP 89.7.
The zone.
The loop. And it's the boys. 24 hours a day, live feed. I'm just talking. Sometimes I'm sleeping. You might hear it. My sleep is loud because I sleep with a noise machine. So my sleep is like, it's like sleeping directly under a waterfall.
Sounds like a jet engine almost.
Similar. Yeah, I've got one now where it's got like a knob. I can like dial it between like brown noise or like strong, harsh white noise.
What the hell is a brown noise?
Brown noise is just a different type of static. It's like deeper.
Okay.
I'll show you with my noise machine. Noise machine. I forget the brand from Amazon. That's our sponsor this week. Noise machine. I forget the brand from Amazon. Use our Amazon link.
Boys, I didn't.
Amazon.
You'll probably get free shipping.
Amazon smile.
Just type in boys for your coupon code. Just see what happens.
It might be us, might be someone else.
It could be fucking cool. So yeah, their podcast sucks because all the podcasts fucking suck. It's really bad. So the first episode, they literally just talk about nothing and ask each other random shit, and that's god awful. The second episode, from what we gathered from the title, they pretty much do the same thing. So we skipped that shit because episode 3 looked juicy. It was the gun episode, which stuck out because the other two were just kind of a bunch of random bullshit. But then this one's like the gun episode, and I was like, yo, what? They capitalized gun too. It like when I first read it, because my brain is poisoned, I was like, do they mean the fucking military from Sonic Adventure? They didn't. I tell you that. They did not mean the military from Sonic Adventure. They didn't mean the truck chasing them down the fucking city escape. What they were talking about was they were talking about them bangers.
So yeah, the gun episode was really good because they were acting really dramatic about it at first. Like, we have someone over here to stop the fighting. They had a friend there.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the most knowledgeable about firearms here, so I'm going to be the admin of this discussion. But it's like, for what? What are you administering? You're not debating. It's just... essentially, it's two white boys talking about how much they fucking love guns, and another white boy friend of theirs who's just like, Yeah, no, I've never had a gun or
Yeah.
anything.
I've never shot a gun.
About guns. Yeah, so guns make me nervous because and they're just like beating him down. Like, yeah, but if you were trained with a gun and you had to use a gun, you would feel safe with a gun, right? Yeah, no, but you would feel good with a gun if you were trained, right? Yeah, if you were trained with a gun.
If you have my training.
Yeah, like if you were trained by me to use a gun, like you would feel better with a gun, right? You wouldn't feel nervous around guns anymore. Yeah, no, you'd be fine with guns.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would be extremely nervous just hearing them talk about guns like that.
Yo, the one that's talking about how unsafe he feels on campus because there's no guns around. And then he talks about how he keeps a gun in his work truck so if he sees an animal, he can just pull over and get it.
Yeah, that's what he talked about.
Yeah,
No,
no.
because that's what his dad did, I think. That's what he was saying. He was like, yes, no, I do that too. And like,
It's wild. It's just a couple white boys who fucking love guns. The third white boy, he doesn't even know he loves guns yet. He's not a gun yet. But I bet you he loves guns. So in their description, the only like social media links they have for themselves are their Instagrams. 2 of them are locked down and you can't look at them. The one you can look at is the admin and most knowledgeable of the guns. And you go on his Instagram and the first post you see is him at a firing range shooting guns. And the caption is a Bible verse.
Classic.
Yo, we're gonna get killed. We just talked about him for like 10 minutes. This guy's probably ready to kill. He's ready to kill an animal for being on the side of a road.
you killed him.
He probably feels hunted by us.
It's fine. He'll be fine. You'll get better. You know,
He is begging to be victimized. We are doing.
You know what? You're 19. You make mistakes.
Get the gun out of your dorm, kid.
Get the gun out of your dorm.
Fucking take that shit back to your parents' house. Stop it.
Stay in school.
Grow the fuck up.
You know, keep doing podcasts maybe.
Yeah, keep doing. No.
You know what? Don't.
You know what?
Give it a couple years.
You know what? Fuck it. Keep doing podcasts.
Keep doing
Fuck
podcasts.
It doesn't matter if it sucks.
Do a gun podcast. It's
That's
all
how
about
you're
guns.
gonna get better. You're gonna get better by sucking. So just keep doing your podcast and sucking. Don't let us stop you, but definitely drop my name. Keep my fucking name out your mouth. You're not the Boys Not In podcast. That don't even make sense.
Oh yeah, change your name.
That don't even make sense. Change your name to the Official Gun Podcast.
The official gun.
Yeah,
the license.
the number 1 gun podcast on the internet. Change your name to that. We're the number 1 Boys Night In podcast on the internet.
We are, so you can't be here.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna need you to keep my fucking name out your mouth. They felt like their name was so creative, but we don't even feel like our name's creative. They're sitting there like, yeah, dude, I love this name. I don't even really know how we thought of it. He's like, yeah, it was like a random name generator. I don't even know. And I'm like, it's Girls Night Out backwards. What do you mean? It's not a hard thing to decipher, like how you got to the conclusion of Boys Night In.
But
like,
we know they know of us. They had to search of us before.
I don't know. They're 19-year-olds have like I don't know what their creative process is. Maybe they don't Google names before they take them.
Sounds like they just hit up the name generator.
That's what they make it sound like.
Yeah.
They make it sound like getting a Wu-Tang Gambino.
Yeah, they suck. Sounds like.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad. I thought about telling everyone else to check out their pod for our pod, but I was like, why? It sucks. I'm not gonna make everybody else listen to it. I didn't even want to listen to it. I stopped it. I wouldn't have even really talked about it this much if Dave didn't like put it on and we both listened to it.
I forgot about it, actually. I didn't even know you were gonna talk about it. I feel like it happened so long ago.
Oh yeah, no, it feels like it was 100 years ago. But no, not only did we listen to it not even a week ago, but they made that shit like 2 months ago. It is recent memory.
I wonder why they stopped.
That's what we didn't finish the gun episode, but I was like, I feel like maybe somebody on campus found the gun episode or something, and they got in trouble. Like now the Instagrams are locked down and the podcast stopped. I don't know.
They gave the location of all
That's
their guns.
yeah, he was like, yeah, I feel so unsafe. There's no guns on campus except for the guns under my mattress. Like, I don't know. I didn't finish the episode. I don't know what the climax was. Maybe he dropped that bomb at the end. Maybe he cocks his gun into the microphone. He goes, shh. Don't tell the RA. to the Real Boys Night In podcast. It's me, your friendly, and just such a mentoring, friendly to the youth, mentoring, all around good guy host Joe. You see, we've got David Alvarez with us this week. We've got Domino this week. Armani's on his way probably. I don't know when he gets here. He'll just show up. We've got his seat. He's got his microphone. He's ready to go. How are we feeling this week, guys?
Yep, feeling good.
Cold.
It's cold down here.
Cold.
I'm not wearing my
basement.
shoes this time. Or anybody?
Yep.
Oh, he's wearing shoes. Me and Don are not wearing
I
shoes.
came
That's why
prepared.
it was cold. Yep. Did not wear shoes down
This
here.
cold floor.
Yeah, no, it's cold. It's cold out. A lot of snow. That's been a pain. Hate all that.
Yeah, you know, it's 2020, and I've learned that anything is possible in the world. And, yeah, so I'm just riding with that. Nothing really matters, like you've been saying.
I've been saying for years that nothing matters.
Now really nothing matters.
I've been talking, like, with people about, like, I don't know if I'm actually a nihilist genuinely or if I just smoke a lot of weed. Like, I don't know anymore. I feel like I'm on the line because I really just don't care about so much.
I mean, I think it's just as you get older, you just care less about things that don't directly affect you.
I suppose, but nothing affects me. Even the things that affect me. Welcome to the number one emotionless podcast. Once again, week to week, we bring you that fucking blank slate, feel nothing, smooth brain content.
Absolute nothingness.
Yeah, welcome to the Abyss podcast. Here it's just spinning, darkness, laughter,